We're working through all the stitches on the Husqvarna Viking Embroidery S600. And we just finished up the 3-thread rolled hem. That's like one of my top 3 stitches I use a serger for. And even just on those nice edges, so simple, so soft, especially on those lighter weight fabrics. Easy way to put a finished edge, and then even being able to put in the color of choice in your upper looper, and it's going to show on both the front and the back. But this next stitch is the 2-thread rolled edge version. So we're actually going to take it from where we are right now, a 3-thread rolled hem, and switch it to a 2-thread rolled hem. So what does it mean to have just 2 threads? So first off, we are on stitch 14, and we've already removed the left needle. So definitely start by doing that if you're currently set up with a 4-thread overlock. Then as you go to, and it's stitch number 22, says 2-thread rolled edge, is you're going to see that we're only using 2 threads, a needle thread and a looper thread, but not the normal looper thread, because we are actually going to be using the lower looper. Okay, so how do we need this set up? We do need to remember we need the stitch finger still pulled forward at the R position, but now we're actually going to be engaging one more thing right here where it is the 2-thread converter. So this is actually going in the upper looper because the thread is actually going in the lower looper. So we're using lower looper and the needle thread. All right, so let's come back out here and let me show you what that means to flip it around. So first off, let's get rid of the upper thread, and so you can clip up above if you want. Remember, take that spool off the machine, make sure it doesn't stay on and dangle itself in the way. You can come here and we can just pull it out. We could even snip it right here. If you lift up your presser foot or kind of pull on the threads, you can see that we could get that to kind of come out as, so we only have the 2 threads we're actually working with. So give this a little snip, and we have needle thread, the blue one, and a lower looper thread coming out here. Okay, so the machine needs to think that there's thread in the upper looper. So here's our thread coming out of the lower looper, and the 2-thread converter, as it's called, is this little guy right here. So all you do is you just flip it over. It's got a little hook at the end, and you just need to set it or push it so it goes behind the upper looper and then sits right into the back of it. So what's going to happen, and I'm actually going to turn the hand wheel towards us, is because as we get a stitch to actually take, the machine still helps the thread get up to the needle, but again, without any thread in that upper looper. So that's what it actually is going to look like when we stitch. And what's nice is you only need 2 threads. That makes sense. And the nice thing is it puts such a more delicate edge or stitched edge on your fabric. That way, there's not so much weight. So on something very light and delicate, this is the perfect stitch. So what we're actually seeing is the lower looper coming from the back all the way to the top, getting caught with the needle, and then having that perfect position and rolled hem. So it still does the roll of the fabric, but without having that extra thread that you really, on a 3-thread, you're tucking in and kind of hiding in the back, and it kind of adds a little bit of ridge. Here, it is just as smooth as can be. So I'd love for you to try out a 2-thread option. You do see a 2-thread flat lock. You do see a 2-thread just regular edge. So you can use this not just for a rolled hem, just make sure you follow the directions on screen for what you need to actually engage or not engage. Do you need the stitch finger in or out? And go ahead and test it on your fabric. And remember, you can tell the machine which fabric you're working on, so it will even get you in the right ballpark for any of the other settings like tension that's going to adjust for you automatically on this beautiful Husqvarna Viking Embroidery S600. Check out all the videos we've done on this machine. Those links you'll find in the description below this YouTube video.